There's no doubt about it, Teofimo Lopez is the king of the junior welterweight division. However, back in August 2022, many wondered how he would perform after moving up to 140 pounds following his upset loss to George Kambosos the prior year. So, on this episode of The Breakdown, we'll take a closer look at Teofimo Lopez's win over Pedro Campa, where his extraordinary speed and explosiveness, his unorthodox and creative offense, and his counterpunching from the shoulder roll stance led to a 7th round TKO victory.
Beat down in round 7. The take back, he just took what he wanted there in that round.
The first two things that stand out in this fight are Teofimo's speed and explosiveness. Campa's strategy is to come forward, but it's a tall order from the opening bell as he has to get past jabs and right hands from a much faster Teofimo. Before Campa can even plant his feet to throw punches, Teofimo fires off with explosive shots that make him think twice before letting his punches go. This difference in speed and explosiveness is essential for Teofimo as he executes his offense, and it allows him to be unconventional and creative in ways that many others can't get away with. At times, for example, he'll throw a series of punches with a single hand, as he does here with 3 left hooks before unleashing another combo. Teofimo also likes to follow up his combinations with an additional step or leap forward. Many fighters are accustomed to seeing an opponent step forward with a set of punches and to finish their combination from within that same distance, as Campa does here before Teofimo spins out. Aggressive fighters who are well schooled may choose to duck after throwing a shot and before stepping closer to be defensively responsible as they push forward. Teofimo, however, prefers to launch himself with that additional step, which many, like Campa, don't expect or see coming. In this exchange, he lands short punches to the body and counters a jab with the right. He misses with a follow-up 1-2 but connects with the leaping left hook that comes right after. The more conventional way to follow up as you're coming forward would be to duck before launching the left hook, but Teofimo's speed and explosiveness allow him to take such risks, despite sometimes receiving a punch in the process. This leap forward is what earned him the knockdown in round 7. As Campa is coming forward, Teofimo counters with the left hook. He then attempts a right hand but pairs it with the jab as he propels himself forward. Teofimo also likes to counter from the shoulder roll stance, especially when he's on the ropes. However, he does it in ways that are sometimes unconventional and exciting. For example, it's usually not recommended to use the shoulder roll in the opening rounds because first you need to figure out your opponent's timing and gain control of the fight. But being the showman that he is, Teofimo isn't worried about taking a punch or two, which is how Campa is able to land right hands in the first 2 rounds. After a few rounds, Teofimo has a much better sense of Campa's timing, but it's usually when he's not using his footwork or head movement, and especially when he's not countering, that Campa is able to land punches. Here we see Teofimo luring Campa to the ropes with the shoulder roll stance. Campa fires off with a jab to the head, a right hand to the body, and a left hook to the top. Teofimo blocks all 3 before coming back with right and left hooks, followed by a right uppercut to the body. Essentially, both men threw 3 punches, and only Teofimo landed all 3 of them. A few moments later, Teofimo is on the ropes again. He eats a right hand while he's backing up because he's not in position yet, but once there, he mixes in some head movement with a shoulder roll to avoid a right hand and a left hook. He then takes a very short step back, which puts Campa off balance, setting him up for a right hand and a short left before Teofimo spins out. Here we see Teofimo using his footwork to set up a counter, first moving to his left and then to his right before answering a Campa right hand with an uppercut. At times, Teofimo is also able to smother his opponent's offense before finding a counter. Here we see him leaning to his right to avoid punches before stepping in and closing the distance to smother. Moments later, Teofimo smothers again as he deals with an onslaught from Campa, but this time he creates space in a different way. His left shoulder is once again below Campa's head. This time, however, his elbow isn't pressed against him to create space, so instead he does a shoulder bump to create the opening. While such tactics aren't allowed, veterans of the sport know when and where to execute them. So, he bumps him off with the shoulder and uses this space to land the right hand. It's worth noting that Teofimo is more than willing to disregard his defense and go toe-to-toe from a shoulder roll stance, which, though dangerous, can make for exciting exchanges. His exceptional speed and explosiveness allow him to get the better of these exchanges, as he does here by landing a left hook in the corner. And again here in the center of the ring, where he parries a jab, counters with the right and connects with the left hook.
Left uppercut, right uppercut, short right drives down. A lot of blood coming from the nose of Campa. Headshot after headshot. Short right hand. A beat down in round 7. The take back. He just took what he wanted there in that round. And here it comes. Let the celebration begin. Old school Teofimo.
Teofimo Lopez will defend his junior welterweight crown on Thursday, February 8 against Jamaine Ortiz live on ESPN.